with his high school team, but he has that option. It's just amazing what Edwin Allen
Yeah.
has in class
An
one.
embarrassment of riches,
Oh my word.
and I respect him as a coach because he's been able to keep them motivated from class. You're talking about
Four.
class four,
Four,
Yeah.
yeah.
and you see the quality of the Clayton twins, and perhaps and you have to
It's
give.
not hard to keep them whenever success is involved.
But think about a Serena Cole. She could have been said, well, we can't be the
Bridesmaid.
twin
Yeah.
names, so we just gonna start this, But I mean, kudos to her, but you have to give kudos to the coaches because they have a lot to say as it relates to the motivation of the athletes and. Getting them in tip-top condition. The 4x200 meters for Class 2 boys comes up in just a while, and you see the athletes there, the teams, anything that you can throw out as a expectation, Davian and Trishana, for this one.
I think based on okay, so let me put it in context based on what I know. So a lot of the Kingston College fans are here, and so are the other boys' schools. So I asked a few of the coaches coming in, what are the objectives for this Gibson Mccook relays? I spoke with Leaford Grant, Kingston College. They want to see where the boys are at this moment. They would not be sending a core team
Okay.
in a lot of the events, but individually they want to see where the boys are at. So for a number of events going forward into the boys and girls championships, even the corporate area championships to come, we will see another 4 or maybe another 2 coming in as substitute. So it's just fielding to see. The same for Neil Harris in a lot of Neil Harrison in a lot of the events. So what I think we are seeing is that nothing to take away from the quality that we're seeing from Jamaica College, but just to keep in mind that too Kingston College playing possum somewhat, but regardless of that, Jamaica College, their boys are good.
Yeah.
Their boys are good.
Yeah, and they're the defending champions for the boys' champs, and you expect a team of that caliber with that history to present some form of challenge, even if they are not the outright favorites. I'm not really sure. I must put that out there, because
it's
this is
going to
my
be,
first
this one
meet.
will be close
Yeah.
compared to last year.
All right, so the teams: Cornwall College, Jamaica College, St. Jago, Kingston College, Calabar, Camperdown, St. Elizabeth Technical, and Wilmers. The listed teams not seen lane 6, and that should be Camperdown. So they are the only team not present. The Class 2 4x200 meters for boys. They're in the set position. The gun sends them off. St. Elizabeth Technical, you can always expect something special from them. They do well. Calabar gets a very fast start. So does Jamaica College and Kingston College. So it's Stets, Calabar, Kingston College trying to gain ground on Calabar in this first leg. And St. Jago is not to be outdone. So it's Calabar and Kingston College, the top 2 at the moment. And they change. Kingston College just ahead of Calabar. But a better change from Calabar though. On the outside, we are looking, it looks to be Wolmers, and they are traveling very fast. Wolmers has the lead, and it's Steps now trying to gain ground on Wolmers. Kingston College now coming in prominence. So it's Wolmers, Stets, and Kingston College. Kingston College change ahead of Wolmers and Stets, and that's the top 3 at the moment. Calabar will have a lot of work to do, and so does the Jamaica College there in lane 2. So it's Kingston College now. They've taken the lead based on the stagger, and they come across into lane 1 ahead of St. Elizabeth Technical. Wolmers in 3rd. Kingston College, they're trying to do something special in this one. Stets is there. Wolmers and Jamaica College, the top 4. So it's Kingston College. They now open a 10-meter gap on St. Elizabeth Technical, and they're coming into the straightaway. Kingston College. Wolmers is trying to catch St. Elizabeth Technical. Calabar is there. It's Kingston College. Look at the run from Wolmers. Can they get second? Kingston College, Stets, Calabar. What a run they've had. 128.50 for Kingston College ahead of Stets and Calabar. And yes, they are loving that one. Class 1 went to Jamaica College. Class 2 here going to Kingston College. 128.50 the flash time. And we look to the final time for that one. Looks to be 128.52 the time there for Kingston College.
Kingston College 128.53,
Yeah.
St. Elizabeth Technical second 129.69, Calabar third 129.90.
So good performance that from Kingston College, getting the Class 2 4x2s And as you'd have mentioned earlier, Gibson Relay is not a total analysis of what we can expect at champs, because some of these events that you'll see teams winning are not competed, are not contested, but it gives you an idea of the shape of the overall camp.
Yes,
Yeah.
and where their strengths would lie, with the combination of the boys. If one should get injured, who would they have as a possible substitute to maybe step up
Yep.
and get the job done? But good running from Kingston College, all four legs executed so well, and I think that propelled them to the time we saw. I think Leaford Grant and his team should be happy about that. Like I said, when I spoke with them, they spoke about not sending out a full force, but just pacing everybody as best as possible. And the same thing for Neil Harrison and the Jamaica College team about how they're using these meets going forward in terms of their talents. I don't want to overwork, because the Boys and Girls Championships will come up April 5 to 9, and that will follow then by the Carifta Games. And if some schools can afford it, and all being well, the pen relays depending. So it's a full force in April. So you have to be very careful how you pace these boys going forward, boys and girls going forward.
I agree. I agree, Trishan.
I really can't belabor this point, but I really enjoy seeing the fans.
Yeah.
And, this is
You're starting to feel like your old self?
yeah. I'm coming. I'm coming to it. I'm coming to it. I'm
Almost?
coming to it. I'm coming to it.
Davian said almost. Yeah.
So I'm going to step aside now, and Sean Grant will come for the 4x200 meters for class 3 boys, and he is rearing to go. Sean's Law, and the judge has the gavel getting ready.
After this
Oh,
one.
he says after this one. How kind is he?
Yeah. Complete the mission of the 4x2s.
Yep.
The 4x8s come up, and that's always a pleasure. The 4x8s, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We spoke about this, right, at the
Yep.
top, and Sean was making fun of me because I said, he asked me which event am I looking forward to, and I said the 4x8s, and I said, oh, but I love the 4x4s as well. And I'm telling you, in the 4x8s, for the fact that it's not run at champs and we get to see twice per year at the Western Relays and the Gibson Relays, it gets me so excited, because we know what happened when they get to the Penn Relays. And this is where a lot of the teams overseas really challenge us in the events, in the 4x8. They have very good middle distances.
Yeah, very, very interesting event. Love it at the pen relays, and certainly the 4x8s here at Gibson Mccook is interesting. The class 3 4x200 meters. Kingston College lane 1, Herbert Morrison lane 2, San Diego lane 3, Jamaica College lane 4, lane 6 has Excelsior, no Calabar surprisingly, Cornwall College in lane 7, and St. Catherine in lane 8. Calabar not there. I hope all is well in the camp. I would have loved to see the top 3 there go head to head in this one. That would have given us a real good clue of what's the quality like in class 3. Not seen Stets either, but I know they have some quality there. They go off and run in. Kingston College certainly should be the favorites in this one. Wolmer's will not be left behind, so will Excelsior. Excelsior makes the early exchanges very pacey, and they go out at the canter. St. Jago is there, and they're trying to keep in touch, and Jamaica College also there. So it's very good fast change there for Excelsior. Kingston College, St. Jago, and Jamaica College left behind, and it's Excelsior. Outside of them is St. Catherine, and they've been having a good meet by all expectations. St. Catherine now taking the lead, and it's Excelsior. St. Jago in charge, and batting problems there for Kingston College. They're left way behind. So it's St. Jago now. They have the lead. Excelsior outside. St. Catherine, Jamaica College trying to keep in touch, but it is St. Jago. St. Jago with the ascendancy. Excelsior, they come over now to lane 1 in the midway point of the 3rd leg, and it's St. Jago. Excelsior, look at the run this from St. Catherine High. They take second just ahead of Excelsior, and they're trying to spoil the party. Can it be a battle of the St. Catherine teams in this one? It certainly looks like that way. St. Jago and St. Catherine. Will it be St. John's Road or will it be Mount Street? It's Monk Street at the moment. St. John's Road trying to come into the party. Monk Street with St. Jago. St. Catherine from St. John's Road. And it's Monk Street, 1:36:07 the flash time. Jamaica College did well to come third. Kingston College trying to say no, we're not going to come last. And no, they didn't have enough at the end. Baton problems.
Baton problems, and in these conditions you really have to take care of the baton, especially at the 4x200 where it's not really the blind pass or it's not really the open pass of the 400. It's a combination of both. But while everybody was watching what was happening up front, I was actually watching the KC guys, and they have a lot of speed. A lot of speed. Baton problems caused them the race there, but if you look at the individual legs that were run, even after they lost the baton, they managed to come back. I was very, very impressed by that. They made up at least 40 meters to get close to the athlete from Wolmer's. I'm very impressed. Lots and lots of speed for Kingston College at Class 3, but St. Jago, they did the job. They had the better. They did the better job of taking care of the baton in these conditions, and got the best of the race.
Well, Trishana, did you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think that the 4x2s can be, like we said, very tricky. You have to make sure you care for the baton. Nonetheless, though, for the Class 3 boys, I think credit must be given to the fight back that we saw. And a lot of these boys, some are in Class 3, but you'll find some schools using Class 4 boys as well. So they're still very young, still new to the event and the execution and the distribution of the baton passes. So I hope people don't beat them too bad about it.
I don't think anybody's going to beat anybody, not literally.
What is wrong with you?
Nothing at all.
I'm kidding. But yeah, like I said, it's a learning experience for a lot of the Class 3/Class 4 boys that would have just competed.
We just heard from Dean Smith with the commentary. I'm just in that hot seat for the next half an hour or so. Then he will close off the show from about 4:35 till about 5 o'clock, when that's the time, the scheduled time, or end date time for 2022 Gibson Mccook Relays. Sean Grant alongside Trishana McGowan. And also here is Davian Nugent, Peter John Breckenridge. And who is in the studios, Peter John? None other than who? Who's in the studios? He's not here. He's not here.
I don't think he's aware of who is inside the studio.
No, he knows. He knows. Other person, Mr. Burford, is in the studios.
Oh.
But I wanted him to tell me, though, for it to just flow.
Adding his voice.
I'm big up to Bertie also at the front desk. But I tell you this much, though. I see it's not jam-packed. And let's talk about that aspect of it. The ticketing system, I mean, it was some hitches, some glitches in the ticketing system to attend this event. And don't kill the organizers, because, I mean, it's first time they're doing it. And because of that, though, because I know some individuals received the email of acceptance earlier this morning, and some persons gave up. But a lot of persons were interested to come, although the 10,000 persons or 7,000 persons are not here. But I'm glad the persons who are here. I'm glad the athletes are seeing individuals in the stands. I'm glad the small individuals here are cheering them on, and that's a great thing for the athletes and also for the sport.
I agree with you. I think the Amber system used it was the same thing I think used with the attached to the Jam COVID thing. So there is some errors, and it's something that needs to be looked at going forward, especially if it's going to be used for our sporting system of events. I think that it was very disappointing to know, because I've heard of persons, there are several persons that sent me messages via WhatsApp or social media saying that they're trying to get on, or they got this but they couldn't go any further, or there was error coming up, and you don't want that, because Jamaicans' attention span already short. That is one. We're not too much into, a lot of people are into technology and they're advancing more into technology. However, you still find that some are not. The minute them jump on and say, all right, let me do this. Them don't know what the potato. I but just say go on, and then they realize that, all right, it'll give a problem, forget it. And then the cost is also a factor. We have to, let's not pretend. The cost has been talked about, the 4,000, 3,000, I mean, bleachers, only $600.
600?
Yes.
Okay.
So, like I said, it's a concern. people broke. Some people broke. Who can afford it? Clearly wouldn't have an issue buying, but it was a concern as well.
As you mentioned that persons are not wealthy at this present time, now my good friend David Nugent started to nod his head in approval. I don't know if he's saying that, yeah, man, I mean that, you know.
Yeah, man, I mean that.
Yes, I hear that,
I mean that.
But
If I couldn't have gotten one of these passes here, I'd have watched it on TV.
okay.
Or listen to
I
the
listen to
recovery.
KLS.
Okay. So
I probably would have watched it on TV and listened to commentary on KLS.
Yeah, my mother does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
Sean
people
Grant?
do that.
Tell your mom a special good afternoon.
Yeah, she's
And-
listening.
and-
She's somewhere in the stands, but she's
Did
listening.
I ever give her back her dish?
No, you still can't find it. A woman that wants her soup dish. You see, that's why I don't get food from people. But no, if you ever want some soup again, she'll find another one and make sure you get it.
Yeah, man. I know.
Yeah.
Lovely mother. Dave, and what about your mom? Yes, she don't send on the food to us. Well,
Unfortunately not.
oh, yeah. Well, that's okay.
She barely sends food to me. Sean, so
That's a good.
Well, you're not missing any action at all here at the National Stadium. Joshana, Davey, and Sean with you. Also, Peter John Breaker with Mr. Burford in the studios. But what's going to be happening next is the 4x8 and the 4x8 Open for women. And persons are actually just happy that this event is on the track. We saw it over by GC Foster, and that's the Western Relays, normally sponsored by a particular Milo, which I'm looking right now on.
Yeah.
They got their sponsors here.
Yeah, that was so disappointing that they parted ways with the Western Relays.
I don't think they're parted ways. I think they're just. And you said about economics, and maybe a lot of companies have been hit hard financially the last 2 years due to COVID and everything that's
strategic.
surrounded it.
Yeah.
So maybe they're building back to come back next
and
year.
they too have to benefit in the sense of whenever a meet is being held. And over the years, when it was held in the western end,
Yeah.
they benefited. They were around for 30 plus years for them to.
Can I tell you something? No, you know where it's normally held?
Catherine Hall in
Catherine Hall.
St.
Catherine
James.
Hall.
I know that's what you would say, Catherine Hall.
No, it used to be held at Cornwall College first.
And then Catherine
Hall. Once the
All right,
stadium was completed.
let me educate everyone here, including myself, though. I'm not acting like a professor, but I'm
Okay,
just
sure.
stating this.
You can't help yourself, but continue.
Low, man. Catherine Hall, a lot of persons call the stadium at Montego Bay, in Montego Bay, Catherine Hall. The area is Catherine Hall.
So what's the complex?
The official name of this complex is the Montego Bay Sports Complex. But everybody calls it Catherine Hall. This is the reason why. When Milo Western Relays, when the stadium was being built, it didn't have a name just yet. But the meet was still being held there. So they used to
Got
call
you.
it Catherine Hall. So the stadium wasn't completed yet, and it have it there a couple of years. I was at Catherine Hall. However, since the stadium has been built, and it's now the Montego Bay Sports Complex, everybody don't know that name. They still use Catherine Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you find though it's a mixture though, because I've heard some persons say the Montego Bay Sports Complex,
Yeah.
but it's few, and then you'll hear some say the Montego Bay Sports Complex at Catherine
Catherine
Hall,
Hall.
or Catherine Hall Sports Complex in Montego Bay.
Well, guess what? Because it's the area is Catherine Hall. But the municipality would say, boy, you're wrong. But I actually called and asked them the specific name, and that's how I knew. So it wasn't out there for me to know. I just called someone downtown Montego Bay, and that's how I knew. We're going to take a break here from the National Stadium. The next event on the track is the girls 4x8. Shoshana, Sean, and Davian. We'll be back to give you more of the Mccook relays. Well, we're still here on their YouTube page, though, so we're not leaving you guys out. So Shoshana is turning up her. Don't want to talk, but that's okay. Just want to look beautiful for the persons watching her
Hi.
on YouTube. David Nugent.
Yeah. Sean,
you say?
this is going to be a good one, Sean.
You think it's going to be a good one?
The 4x8.
Yep. For both girls.
If it's
and
anything so, like a few weeks ago, Davian, at the Milo Western Relays over there at GC Foster College, it should be good. It was really thrilling between Edwin Allen and Homo Technical. Spalding now is that Spalding?
Yep.
Yes.
No, Alphonsus Davis.
Alphonsus Davis.
That's why I was nodding my head. To be
my
honest,
God.
I just that name is a slang. Alphonsus Davis, Homo Technical, San Diego.
And they've brought the big team. That's Alphonsus Davis.
Well, Edwin Allen. they're in
Edwin
lane
Allen
seven,
has brought the big team as
St.
well.
Catherine High also there.
in lane 6.
This is going to be very, very interesting.
And they're going
But
to set them
I
away.
think the real competition will lie between Edwin Allen and Homo Technical, all being well.
Well, San Diego will have something to say about that, though.
Indeed.
At 4 by 800 meters, San Diego has gone out in front on the backstretch. Edwin Allen sits in second position. In third is St. Catherine. And fourth, Homewood Technical. And Alphonsus Davis at the back of the pack, about 5 meters away from the front pack in that fifth position. Only 5 teams in this 4 by 8 on the girls' side, open and hitting 200 meters completed. Still, San Diego out in front. Edwin Allen about 2 meters behind in second, but 3 meters behind Edwin Allen is Homewood Technical. They're in third. A meter behind Homewood Technical in fourth is St. Catherine, and then 6 meters behind St. Catherine is Alphonsus Davis. Only 5 teams. Your expectations, though, for this race?
I'm expecting Edwin Allen to take it, but some challenges to come from the likes of, well, everybody will be right there. But I'm expecting Edwin Allen to take this one.
Well, if you notice the athlete from Alphonsus Davis just sat back on that first 400 meters. Now she's trying to make a move. She's still in that fifth
Building
position.
slowly.
With about 300 meters to go to complete the first lap at the first leg of the girls 4 by 8 San Diego out in front. Edwin Allen in second position, about a meter behind. 6 meters behind Edwin Allen is Homewood Technical. They are in third. A meter behind Homewood Technical is St. Catherine in fourth. And then about 3 meters behind St. Catherine is Alphonsus Davis in that fifth position. Now Edwin, they've taken full control. They've gone by St. Diego on this first leg with 150 meters to go to complete the first of 4 legs in this girls open 4 by 8. It's Edwin Allen, the team from Frankfield, cruising around on the stretch. We're passing the entrance of the McDonald Tunnel very soon. Don't know why David is nodding his head, but Edwin out in front. Here to go too far. St. Diego taking back control with 30 meters to go to complete the first leg. St. Diego hands over the baton in the top position for the. And then Homewood Technical there in third. St. Catherine now takes the baton in fourth. And Alphonsus Davis will take the baton in fifth position. They're way behind at the present time. They trail about 80 meters to the top pack or the top school in St. Diego out in front.
This Edwin Allen team, just give you a quick rundown of who's in here. They have Dua, Rashana Dua, Jessica McLean, Caseyana Powell. That's a very, very powerful Edwin Allen team. The Alphonsus Davis team, expected a little bit more from them on the first side, but they have a big deficit right now. The likes of Kishan Rowe and who's now out there running, and Sherry Scope will have a lot to do on their legs, but they're they're quality athletes. But let's see how this goes over the next 50 meters or so. Edwin Allen, again, I'm expecting him to take this one.
Well, 1 lap to go to complete the second leg. San Diego out in front, 5 meter lead over Edwin Allen in second position. 40 meters behind Edwin is Homewood Technical in third. 10 meters behind Homewood Technical is Alphonsus Davis going by St. Catherine. They've now moved up to fourth position. You mentioned that athlete earlier on. Who is that athlete?
And on this leg,
Alphonsus Davis.
that's Kishero.
Kishero.
Thank you very much. I wondered if you're not with me, my good friend.
I'm with you, Sean.
Oh, I wonder.
As I said, she had a little bit of work to do, but she's out there doing the work now.
I love how she paces herself. She gradually goes as best as possible. I think the 3 in front at the moment, their momentum just might be enough to carry them around to turn over the baton in front of her. But her pace, she has cut that gap drastically for her team.
Well, about 130 meters to go. San Diego out in front, but here comes Edwin Allen, shoulder to shoulder with about 90 meters to go with San Diego and Edwin. San Diego not allowing Edwin to go too far. They're on the inside, Edwin on the outside. 80 meters or 60 meters behind is Homewood Technical. They're in third, about 20 meters behind Homewood Technical is Alphonsus Davis in fourth. But San Diego will hand over the baton in the top position on this penultimate leg of the girls 4 by 8. And who is that for Edwin Allen? Who is that for Edwin Allen?
A girl.
Oh my word.
That's Jessica McLean, is it, Sean?
Oh my word.
I just
I
had to.
can't kill you.
Why did you have to do that, David?
You called a big athlete name on the T4x8 team for Edwin Allen, and you don't know who that is. Oh, come on. I'm going to give you another opportunity. In the meantime, passing the entrance of the marathon tunnel, Edwin Allen out in front about half a meter, and in second, it is San Diego, and in third, You got it.
Thank
Oh
you,
my.
Sean.
Rashana Dwyer in third. Alphonsus Davis about 60 or 70 meters behind. About 10 meters behind Alphonsus Davis is Homewood Technical in fourth. And where is St. Catherine? They trail by about 130 meters behind Homewood Technical in that fifth spot. Now going back to the top of the pack, it is Edwin Allen bouncing around, looking comfortable on this first of two laps on the penultimate leg. In second is St. Jago with 5:30 on the clock. I must say that though, St. Jago is in second. Many persons are expecting the individual on this leg, Rashana Dwyer, to move away from St. Jago. And Alphonsus Davis in third, trailing about 60 meters, 65 meters. 10 meters behind Alphonsus Davis in fourth is Homewood Technical, and about 120 meters behind in fifth position is St. Catherine. Only 5 teams in this girls 4x8, but certainly Edwin Allen, now Dwyer moving away from St. Jago with about 200 meters to go to complete this leg. The penultimate leg of the girls 4x8 is all open. It was a 5-meter lead earlier on, but the 5-meter has grown to about a 15, then a 20-meter lead for Edwin Allen over St. Jago, who are in second position. Are you counting along with me, Trishana? I said 20. No, it has gone to 25. Are you counting, David? From 25, it's gone to 35. From 35, it's gone to now 40. Oh my word, what a length from Dwyer. She's moved away from a 50-meter lead over St. Jago in second, handing over the baton in the top spot. It's all Edwin Adams, 6:37 on the clock with the final leg.
Good sprinting from her, especially for that last 150 meters. I think she's now feeling the effects of it, but good running. And the thing is, even though they're running this as a relay, you have to remember that this is also used for their own event building. And I think that for her distribution and her timely run, just now running that last 150 meters of sprinting was good.
Well, going back to the top of the pack, Edwin Allen with about a 60-meter lead, 70 meters really over St. Jago in second. About 50 meters behind St. Jago is Homewood Technical, and about 40 meters behind Homewood Technical is Alphonsus Davis in fourth, and about 150 meters is St. Catherine there in fifth. They hand over the bat now. So going back to Edwin Allen at the top of the pack, passing the tunnel for the penultimate time. There's one lap to go. I'm listening out for the bell. Are you listening out for the bell, my good friend? Don't answer, Davian. Please don't answer. In the meantime, it's Edwin Allen out in front with about a 70-meter lead over St. Jago in second. About 40 meters behind is Homewood Technical in third. And then 50 meters behind is Alphonsus Davis in fourth. And then about 150 meters, nearly 200 meters behind is St. Catherine in that fifth position. With about 250 meters to go for the final time, she goes by the marathon tunnel. Edwin Allen running for glory in the girls 4x800 meters, all alone with that splendid leg by Dwyer on the penultimate run. Edwin Allen, they have a 70-meter lead over St. Jago in second. 30 meters behind is Homewood Technical in third, and then 40 meters behind is Alphonsus Davis in fourth, and then about 200 meters behind is St. Catherine in that fifth position. Now the front has finally turned into home. McDonald Tunnel will see the young lady, the anchor, passing through, because that means she has 50 meters to go to complete the girls 4x8. Edwin Allen will take the bacon, will take the glory, will take the girls 4x800 meters gold. Stop at the clock at 8 minutes 49.39 seconds. That's the flash time. St. Jago, they're about 60 meters behind, and they're coming home now. And then Homewood Technical, they're in third, and Alphonsus Davis in fourth. St. Jago, now they will go across the line in that second position. They slow up somewhat before going across. 9:07.29 for second, and in third is Homewood Technical, and the time is 9 minutes 14.72 seconds for that third position. And in fourth, Alphonsus Davis, 9:18.45. That is for that fourth spot. And then with about 250 meters to go, St. Catherine is there. But we can analyze the race while she comes home.
Yeah, she's sticking to the fight, which is good. The mission is to make sure that you finish the race. St. Catherine looking to do so. But good sprinting, like I said, I think from the ladies of Edwin Allen. It's important, like I said, for a lot of these ladies in the relay to do well over the distance, since it's a lot of them, it's their pet event. So I think that Michael Dyke will be somewhat pleased with what he saw from his ladies. The job was done. Hopefully the time that he was looking for That's also important. And I know a lot of the teams use this also as a means of getting the time to qualify for the pen relays. So good going from Edwin Allen.
St. Catherine go across the line now. 10 minutes, 10.81 seconds. Met with some cheers in the stands, in the grandstands, and in the bleachers. You were saying, Trishana?
Yeah, good going too from St. Jago, sticking to the fight. I think that they kept up so well for most part. I think all three legs before the wire dismissed the field. So St. Jago should take credit in that as well for sticking to it, pushing Edwin Allen somewhat to that 8:49 that we saw.
Okay. As we get ready now for the boys 4x8, this is going to be a classic. It's going to be a cracker. And the overwhelming favorites is Jamaica College. Are they the overwhelming favorites?
I think
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Sean.
Who is running the race though? Because I see like Davis on the first leg. But you tell me, what's the team like though? The team that you have registered?
Well, there are 6 athletes registered. Let me pull up who's registered. See if we can figure out who's running which leg. 4x800 high school boys for Jamaica College.
We're seeing Javon Blake there. Also, the twin will be there representing Kingston College.
Yeah.
Right, Handal, Blake, Davis, Bygrave, Lawson, and Dove listed for Jamaica College. Obviously, they'll only be able to run 4. Omari and Davis part of that. If they run the big 4, Handal, Blake, Davis, and Bygrave.
I think, well, Davis is going to start the 4x8 for Jamaica College. I think he may give it to Bygrave, and then Blake will run the third leg, and then Handel will run the ankle.
Yeah, Handal ran the anchor at Western.
Yes, he did.
So,
and Blake ran the third leg.
right. So, they've switched it around here with Fru out.
Right.
Running medley.
So Davis will run the first leg and trying to give Jamaica College a brilliant start. What's the record though?
Trying to pull that up.
Oh, he's trying in every way, in every distance. As welcome back to the National Stadium. We're now for the boys 4x800 meters. Sean Grant, Shoshana McGowan, and also who David Nugent, Peter John Breakaway, Mr. Burford, and Mr. Lenford Thomas inside the home of KLS, 17 Henning Road. Pictures are being taken by Edwin Allen, who just won the girls 4x8 a short time a while ago. And a blistering leg by Rashana Dwyer on the penultimate leg. Carried home the bacon from the team from Frankfield.
Absolutely, Sean. I think Dwyer separated both teams. St. Jago was with the Edwin Allen team right throughout, and she practically separated the teams.
Well, the gun has sent them away. St. Jago on the inside, Kingston College, and also there is Calabar. Did you give us the time a while ago? And Belfield.
I'm trying to pull that up now, Sean.
Well, there's a reason why I'm asking for the time, because maybe, just maybe, persons are thinking the record may go. But
I'm trying to find that record because it may very well go.
Well, Davis on that first leg, St. Jago in second position, about 2 meters behind as they completed the first 200 meters. And Davis, you know that he is a very good competitor. Can maybe persons think that he can do 151, 150, 149 in his feet at this present time, but he's out in front, passing the entrance of the McDonald Tunnel. 2 meters behind is St. Jago in second. Third is Calabar, trailing about 650 meters or so, 40 meters. And about 2 meters behind is Kingston College in fourth. Then about 5 or 6 meters behind Kingston College is Belfield in that fifth position. So 5 teams taking part that 4x8. Your thoughts, Shoshana?
I think that so far Jamaica College doing what they ought to, which is taking control of the race. Also St. Jago looking good just like they did in the girls event. Calabar, no surprise there about what they can do. Kingston College gradually getting into the race. 3 more legs to go in this 4x800 meters. A lot to do. Hopefully the teams behind are not leaving it too much for their teammates to cover, to make up grounds.
Well, guess what? It's not Jamaica College in full control, because St. Jago has taken over, leading by about 2 meters to go with 90 meters to go to complete the first leg, moving away from Davis. So St. Jago out in front with about a 5 meter lead over Davis, over Jamaica College in second. So St. Jago out in front, and that first leg about 151, and it's a brilliant leg though And at 150 was the changeover, so about a 151 leg. And St. Jago out in front, followed by Jamaica College in second. And in third is Kingston College, about 60 meters behind. About 5 meters behind Kingston College is Calabar in fourth. And about 60 meters behind Calabar is Belfield in that fifth position. You are saying, my good friend?
I thought that was Hines on first leg for St. Diego. Did very well, 151. He looks as if he wants to be in the money this year, but the kind of ammunition that Jamaica College has, it's going to be difficult for St. Diego to hold them off.
Western handle on that second leg. They've changed the 4x8 somewhat. So I think that handle is on that second leg for Jamaica College. I'm just checking to make sure. Yes, it is handle.
Handle.
And he now goes into the lead with a lap to go to complete the second leg, 2:44 on the clock. They have a 5-meter lead over St. Jago, with about 60 meters behind St. Jago is Kingston College in third. A meter behind Kingston College is Calabar in fourth, and then followed by Belfield trailing Calabar by about 60 meters. So going back to the top of the pack on the back stretch, passing the entrance of the marathon tunnel. Jamaica College's handle is moving away from St. Jago in second. Kingston College with the twin is now in third and trying to push up and trying to just pounce on second position. He trails by about 40 meters, 5 meters behind. Now 6 meters behind in fourth is Calabar, that's the top four, and 60 meters behind Calabar is Belfield in that fifth position. Going back to the top of the pack with a 50-meter lead. According to 45-meter lead is handled Jamaica College. Going by the McDonald Tunnel with a light breeze blowing over the grounds of the National Stadium. Oh, what a performance this from Handel. Now, hands on the baton and final Bygrave. 3:42 on the clock. So, Jamaica College, we're out in front. They have about a 50-meter lead over St. Jago in second. Kingston College, they have now moved up into that second position, passing St. Jago on this penultimate leg. Calabar, they're in fourth, trailing by about 40 meters. But St. Jago not along it. They've gone back in that second position. On the back stretch is JC, way out in front with a 65-meter lead over St. Jago in second. 6 meters behind is Kingston College in third. And about a 50 meters behind Kingston College is Calabar in fourth position, just passing the entrance of the marathon tunnel. But we have to go back to the top of the pack for this first lap of the penultimate leg. Is Jamaica College cruising through, passing the entrance of the McDonald Tunnel, all alone with a 60-meter lead. Now, certainly 1 lap to go to complete the penultimate leg, 4:34 on the clock. It is a JC way out in front, still a 60-meter lead over St. Jago in second, and in third is Kingston College, trailed by about 9 or 10 meters, and then in fourth you have Calabar trailing by about 45 meters, and then way behind is Belfield trailing Calabar by about 110 meters. But Jamaica College cruising through. Mr. Bygrave, Blake will run the final leg for Jamaica College. The man that ran 148 last year in the final. It is well what he'll do this year. Many may say he has run 151 twice this year so far this season. But here comes Jamaica College with about a 70-80-meter lead with 90 meters to go to complete the penultimate leg. Is Bygrave cruising on the front stretch. KC has slipped into that second position over St. Jago. They're trying to cut the deficit, but still it's about a centimeter lead. The deficit has cut somewhat, but still JC holds the momentum and holds the sword and cruises through. The man they call Blake is cruising now on that anchor leg. He has a 50-meter lead, and in second is Kingston College. Then third is St. Jago, and in fourth is Calabar. 5:49 on the clock. The penultimate lap of the boys 4x800 meters. What a race we're having here at the National Stadium. It's a 60-meter lead of JC over Kingston College. He's trying to cut the deficit, but Blake is relaxing, cruising around. I don't think he's going for the record though. That's not normally how he runs. He's just bouncing around. That's Blake coming around on the front stretch. The front stretch will turn into home on the next lap. Jamaica College with about a 40-meter lead over Kingston College in second. 50 meters behind Kingston College is St. Jago in third, and 30 meters behind St. Jago is Calabar in fourth, and then about 150 meters behind Calabar is Belfield. 6:31 on the clock. Blake, 1 lap to go, 350 meters to go. Blake, what are you saying, Trishana? What are you saying?
I think it's just another training day for Jamaica College at this point. Themselves and Kingston College, 800 meter athletes. Good running, good sprinting. He's pacing himself very well, Javon Blake, for the last 200 meters.
We're 200 meters to go, as spoken out by Trishana. It's a commanding lead as the man has stepped into another gear, and he's finding another gear and another gear. He's punching his way to victory. He's punching his way to the podium with 90 meters to go. It's Jamaica College Blake. We're looking on the clock. 7 meters, 13 on the clock. Blake now with 50 meters passing the McDonald Tunnel for the final time. Blake of Jamaica College is heading towards glory. He's heading towards the record. Devon Blake of Jamaica College. Time is 24 seconds. 7:24.31. We called it. We said it. Jamaica College. 7:24.31. Is that right? Is that correct?
Old record, Sean. 7:29.04. They just broke the record by over 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds, Sean Grant.
That is not a break. That is not a break. That is shattered into pieces by Jamaica College in this boys 4x800 meters. Trishana McGowan, please tell me more.
It's the effortlessness of how they did it. For me, Jamaica College, like we said, we saw them at the Western Relays. They sent the signal then. They got the record then at the Milo Western Relays. But for them to come back today, did it so effortlessly, it's really brilliant. It tells the work being done by Mr. Johnson, Neil Harrison, and the Jamaica College team. They wanted this, but it was with ease that they did it. Like you said in parts of your commentary, they were cruising. Maybe nobody thought they would have gone for the record, but he was so good, Javon Blake. He started moving at that last 175 meters. Just as he came out the last 200 meters, he timed it perfectly, and good execution.
That was excellent execution, though. Never mind who passed last year, who is the national junior record holder in 800 meters, and people argue with me about yards or whatsoever. But the fact is that he always says Jamaican athletes have a problem with the third 200 meters in the extra meters. So 24:30, and Donald just announcing that they have a new record. You're patting me. It feels like a feather on me.
Sean, I just wanted to put that into perspective. What we just saw. We mentioned the effortlessness of what we just saw. 7:24. What's that?
7:24:30.
The final time. That's an average.
Let me stop you. 7:36:21 from Kingston College, St. Jago's time. I'll tell you that in a very short while. 7:45.46 seconds. Top three
Right.
in the boys 4x8. You're saying?
That's an average of roughly 151 per leg. That's an average 151 threes. Thereabouts per leg. Cruising. Absolutely cruising. You're talking about shattering a record set in 2020, sorry, by Calabar that had the big boys, David Martin. Sorry, my memory slips me. Yeah, the big Calabar team from 2020, right? And they just effortlessly broke it. How fast will they go? Look at the time that they ran last week. Well, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. At the Milo Western Relays.
They ran 7:36.
And Kingston College was even closer at that point to them at the Western Relays.
And Kingston College would have beaten them if they ran the same time, because they ran 7:36.8.
Yeah.
Kingston College ran 7:36.3 here, so they would have beaten them. And Kingston College was nowhere in the
Close
picture.
just now, yeah.
It shows a kind of progress that they've made over the last.
And that's what
2
I'm
weeks.
saying. It's not just it collectively. It's a really good effortless running from the boys. But remember that this is individual talent in the 800 meters middle distances coming together to get this time. So that's a signal of where they are as a team in the middle distances. And the same thing, like I said, not because Kingston College was second, nothing to take away from them, because we saw them a few weeks ago and how their boys looked in the event as well.
And 7:36 is
remarkable.
Yeah,
Just
it's
as
no
remarkable.
time
Yeah.
to scoff at.
No.
It's a fast time.
Yeah.
Again,
just that they were beaten by 7:24. So it And I mean, what better way to be beaten? What better way to be beaten, Nugent and Grant?
Well, it seems like I'm going to be beaten now because man is here to take your seat. So I'm going to be beaten now by
Next
Mr.
man
Dean
come
Smith.
for the work.
Next man come for the work.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, not at all, not at all. Don't say anything, Davian. Don't say anything.
I won't.
Not at all.
No.
But I don't think I'll be back for the rest of the evening because it's scheduled to finish at 5 o'clock.
But you're staying here.
Yep, I'm still here. I'm still here. You'll probably hear my voice every now and again. But Dean Smith will close out our broadcast this afternoon. Was wonderful working with you with a lady. I was about to tell you ladies, and I didn't know with a lady and gentleman once again. It's
I heard that you missed me, you know.
every day. Every day.
Basically. Yeah, Ricardo Chambers upset with you, you know.
So what?
Or me.
For what?
That you got soup and you have my mother dish same way and oh, him never get none.
No, tell Ricardo that the dish is there. So he can get the dish.
And the soup.
No. 1 out of 2, not bad. We'll have to pick up Jamaica College 7:24:30 though. The Dean Smith will take full control, but you guys can, of course. But your thoughts so far, Davian, of what has happened, what has transpired? It's one day relay carnival.
Well, I mean, I was blown away by the Edwin Allen girls early in the day with the 4x100 meters. I'm now in awe of this Jamaica College team. And the 4x800 meters.
But remember, you see, Sean not remember it, you know. Remember when he asked me, you know, which events am I looking forward to? I told him, Sean Grant, you're not paying attention, you know. You asked me, which events am I looking forward to? You asked, and I said the 4x8, and I said, oh, and the 4x4. But this is why. How do you get into full sprint and look effortless and run 7:24:30? That is telling. Not only if our boys and girls can translate a lot of that, well, Natalia Gould still carrying that flag in the women's 800 meters for the country. But imagine if a lot of our boys can now matriculate into the international scene in this event. That would be brilliant. I love watching them. Let me not say it, I love watching them at the high school level doing well. But I think that we are richer in our desire for a lot of our events at the international
as well
stage.
we should be.
Yeah.
I mean, we shouldn't be comfortable just dominating the sprints. I mean,
We should want more.
Our footprint should be felt, you know, at every dimension of track and field because we've been doing well in the throws, you know, thanks to that revival from
Julian Robinson
and Co.
Yeah.
And, you know, Vassal as well. Yeah, and we've done well in the jumps. Yeah, we've done well. You know,
since from the days of James Beckford, Trisha Gay Smith.
So we've done well, and right now I don't think it's wrong for me to desire, you know, consistent 144 from junior athletes.
Yeah. Exactly. I
don't think I'm spoiled.
I'm not. I don't think my chest too high.
Yeah,
put it that way.
I don't think so either. Yeah. So let's see what happens. I mean, I didn't think that I'd ever see the day where Jamaica would, you know, be medal contenders in the throws, and
I saw medal was stressed out.
Yeah, I saw it, and I was like, wow. 2009 when Travis Michael went to the World Youth Games, it was at that time, and he got a bronze medal. I was like, yo, this real?
Yeah.
This real?
And then remember when O'Dane Richards got to the World University Games?
Yeah, 2011.
2011, and then we were like, okay, so this happening, and then the same thing started happening with Travis Michael,
Dakers in 2012,
in 2012, and we're like, all right, this look like it's headed somewhere.
It's real, man.
And then it's just like, and to the point where now when Frederick don't make it to a final or barely make it to a final, we are stressed out.
I'm upset.
And the good thing about that, you know, we mentioned those names. If you look at what's going on at the high school level right now, I am encouraged. I'm encouraged by guys such as Kobe Lawrence at Calabar. I'm encouraged by Christopher Young at Edwin Allen going over 20 meters in the shot put this year.
Yeah.
The biggest throw this year by a junior. Going into a world junior year. I'm encouraged. There's just so much going on. Cedrica Williams at Homewood on the girls' side. It's not just one athlete, and even Daniel Cope at the collegiate level. So you see the athletes going, and Stoner and Kai Chang.
It shows that all we need is one, because it started with one coach and he had a breakthrough with one athlete, and then the floodgates were open. But
Shows that what you can do.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
show everybody and everybody trying now.
let's
Yeah.
go to the 4x400 meters for women clubs and institutions. Sprintec, Micco, and GC Foster, the three teams listed. Well,
Only
only
two
two
going.
have turned up, and that's Sprintec and GC Foster, and both of them are connected,
Yeah.
related entities, and that's the 4x400 meters for women's clubs and institutions, and it's a Sprintec on the inside, traveling better of the two with 200 meters gone in this one, and let's see how they fancy this run at the Gibson Mccook relays. No more rain. The still cloudy, but still good for track and field. All things being equal. So Sprintec and GC Foster College on the home stretch in this the opening leg of 400 meters legs, and Sprintec has the advantage over GC Foster College, as I think we really should expect. The more
Seniors
professional,
over,
the more
over
professional
collegiate.
unit, and the collegiate unit, based both at GC Foster College, mind you.
Yeah, I like seeing that. I saw it at the Western Relays, and we have been seeing it at the meets. The number of athletes that they have in the different events. And when you saw it at the Mile Western Relays, it was GC versus Sprintec, and you had even GC Foster A, B, and C. That's good.
And the
it was-
collegiate guys got the better of the senior
than the
guys.
seniors. So that's telling.
And there was a couple of guys on that collegiate team that I will be watching for national trials. Chief among them.
Maurice, I think Coach Wilson was trying to trick we not and disguise them into the collegiate, but they're
Yep.
promising all being well this
Yep,
season.
a name I'd like to call Zandrian Barnes.
Yeah. He did well over the 400 meters. Yeah.
I've been impressed with him so far this season.
Sprintec continue on their merry way. This is the third leg now.
Good run there from Anastasia Leroy on the second leg.
Yeah. She had a bit of a hiccup there
Yeah.
after the baton pass, but she seems to be okay now. Walking
Turn over
past
to they call her Alison Felix in
Ashley
high school.
Williams.
Ashley Williams. There it
formerly
is.
of Homo Technical,
Technical,
yeah.
yeah.
And that's a feeder school for GC Foster, isn't it?
Yes,
so,
it is.
Yeah, it is. So,
Former coach.
yeah, and you expect that, and I think that's fine.
Well, I know it's fine though, but we're going to break this from this race and join our team over by Caymanas Park, so from Stadium to Caymanas Park.
So the final change to be made. This is Ashley Williams to pass the baton.
So, the race is still going on here, and want to say hi to all those individuals on Sean's Law on YouTube watching. Yeah.
You know, I know that it's there, but I keep forgetting. Hi guys.
Yeah, we can say hi now because we're not taking any radio time. Yeah, doing
Yeah,
that.
I keep forgetting that they're.
So drop a comment, yeah, and ensure if you haven't, ensure you subscribe and you keep the
Yeah.
channel going. All right, so this is the 4x400 meters. This is the final leg. 200 meters to go in this one, and it's Sprintec ahead of GC Foster College by 100 meters. Yeah, and Sprintec, they're continuing on this merry run and taking this one by storm. And Sprintec ahead of GC Foster College. Looking forward to see what other clubs will be doing in these events, perhaps later on in the year. But good run this from Sprintec and GC
Easy
Foster.
training day.
Yeah, training day. And GC Foster College finishes their time being 3:47:01 unofficially. And let's see the time that comes up for Sprintec winning the women's 4x400 meters. The men are running out.
This should be good.
This will be good.
It's always good.
Track and field.
Yeah, so the men are coming out, and we'll give you the full time. Trishana has great eyes. She sees a 3:36.
Yeah, 3:36:84.
84 for Sprintec and 3:47:07.
Seven.
Yeah, for GC Foster College. The top two teams there. The only two teams there in the clubs and institutions 4x400 meters for women. The 4x4 for men comes up next, and to be followed by the high school girls championship event and the high school boys. We'll speak on that in just a while. But Legacy, Micah, Sprintec, Racers, GC Foster, Swept, and Speed Unit all reporting for the start. Not seen any MVP today. I wonder if it's not in their training regime for this year, but would have loved to see them report just to get a feel of where they are. But you know, they have different agendas, and I'm sure the coaches will. Not just sure, I'm convinced the coaches know what they are doing.
Yeah, you can't question it,
Can't-
right?
yeah, it would
Method
be,
to the madness.
it would be remiss to even, conceive such a thought. So the teams here again: Legacy, Micah, Sprintec, Racers, GC Foster, Swept, and the Speed Unit. And let's see how they do over the 4x400 meters. Legacy trying to, stamp their class.
Yeah, and Legacy, they do have quality athletes. You're talking about Anthony Carpenter, Malik. We saw earlier today, and even Michael Awara is at Legacy. I'm not certain if he'll be competing here. If he does, he probably will not do Legacy much of a favor. But quality athletes there. I'm looking at all the teams. Pretty much all of them have quality. The Sprint Tech team with the likes of Demish Gay and Murray and Dwyer, national representatives. You're talking about racers with Terry Thomas, Bovell McPherson, Antonio Watson, Anthony Cox, GC Foster, Zandrian Barnes, who I spoke about earlier, Denick Luke, who is a quality 800 man but has 400. OJ Jackson, who I'm also watching as well, Swept with Jael Hyde, who was supposed to run early in the open 400, didn't turn up. Tyree State. So a lot of quality right around, which is why I want to see this race. I'm very excited about it.
All right, so they are in the on their mark: Legacy, Myco, Sprintec, Racers, GC Foster, Swept Track Club, and that's the lineup. And the gun sends them off. So scratch is swept. We have GC Foster, Racers, Sprintec, Myco, and Legacy. Those are the teams. So they go off and running on the outside. There looks to be GC Foster College doing the best of the running so far, and Racers Track Club trying to keep in touch. And that's the order at the moment. So it's a swept. It's GC Foster College. Racers Track Club now takes charge, and Sprintec is right there with them, and they come into second. So Racers has the lead based on the stagger. Sprintec, GC Foster College, the top teams there. So it's Racers just ahead of Sprintec, and the GC Foster College. Racers now in the lead, and they come over into lane number 1, and it's Racers and Sprintec, the top two. GC Foster will do a lot of chasing in this one, so it's Racers and Sprintec, and Sprintec is really gaining ground on this one. Davian Nugent, and it's Racers and Sprintec coming into the home stretch. It's Racers and Sprintec. Sprintec, though, you fancy to take the lead here. Can they? Racers, Sprintec, they do. Sprintec goes just ahead and takes it ahead of Racers, and they change ahead. Well, they change simultaneously almost, and it's Racers. Racers now with Javier Brown and Murray for Sprintec. That's the top two. Javier Brown, formerly of Jamaica College. Last year he would have done well at championships, going sub 46. So it's Racers and GC Foster College and Sprintec, the top three. Sprintec there in second. 200 meters to go. Brown and Murray, the old guard and the new guard, and let's see who will take this one in this leg. Will it be Brown of Racers holding off Murray? Murray comes beside him. Brown is responding. Brown keeps off Murray and will change ahead of Demar Murray. Good change that for Racers, and they still have the lead ahead of Sprintec and GC Foster College a bit back. They're about 20-30 meters back. Sprintec now take charge with Could be 180 meters to go. So Sprint Tech and Racers. This is going to be very tight, going all the way to the line. They have speed, Sprint Tech. Racers there with them, and they went out hard in Sprint Tech, but will they be able to hold them off? So it's Sprint Tech. Racers biding their time just behind them, a meter or so. Sprint Tech though continuing to extend that. Sprint Tech continues to motor away from Racers. GC Foster College is gaining ground, but Sprint Tech, they streak away from Racers, and he seems to have resigned himself a second. Sprint Tech 3:05.15 ahead of Racers, and a good run that from Sprint Tech, especially from the anchorman there.
Good run from Sprint Tech. Demish Gay looked good for me. Also, the anchor leg for the GC Foster College team, thought he did well as well. Not certain if that was Zandrian Barnes, but as I said, GC Foster has a couple of good talents hidden in there. But Sprint Tech did the job on the day.
Yeah, very good
3:05.16 for Sprint Tech. 3:06.26
26 for Racers.
I hear persons asking who was the anchor for GC.
It's really good.
Looked very good.
Yeah. Something is there. Something certainly is there. And we look to see more.
Let me just
Won't be hit
make a couple of inquiries to see who that was for GC.
Won't be hit
As
much
I
longer.
want to know who that was.
Yeah, won't be hit for much longer, because that is quality, and quality can't hide. The cream always rises to the top, don't they?
Always.
Yeah. So the top three: Sprint Tech 3:05.16, Racers 3:06.26, and GC Foster College 3:07.10. And that is the top three. But we come to the top two events of the meet. I tell you, the high school girls open 4x400 meters, and then the high school boys open 4x400 meters. This is going to be a cracker, and I tell you, many persons are just waiting on this one. Trishana McGowan.
I think they are. The 4x4 is always so delightful because you know that you're coming to the end of the meet. A lot rides on it, even outside of the Gibson Mccook relay, is just what it means. Like, okay, we're at the end, late all on the track, even if you had competed in the morning or earlier in the 4x100 meters relay. So I think that the quality also there for the boys and the girls over the distance to make the 4x4 really good, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, you are looking forward to that, though. Like many persons looking forward to listening on KLF Sports FM 89, listening to that. Now, welcome back to the National Stadium. You have Dean with us, you have Trishana with us, you have Davia and Peter, John with us, and Mr. Burford, and also Lenford in the studios. Oh, let's rejoin the team.
So the girls are coming out. So we have just about under 2 minutes before they actually settle in their blocks. So we see all the main contenders there for this one. Edwin Allen, Homewood
St.
Technical,
Jago.
Heidel, St. Jago, Veer, Alphonsus Davis, that's the new name, formerly Spalding High. We spoke of them earlier with Simoya Campbell. St. Catherine is there, Excelsior is
Do you
there.
still call them Spalding? Or you say Alphonsus formerly of? I've been saying Spalding. No, it's not like disrespectfully dismissing.
Because most individuals will still be wondering where that school is. When you hear Spalding, you know where that is.
Yeah.
So you have a geographical perspective. But it's good to keep on reminding individuals that, hey,
there's a
Alphonsus
name
Davis,
change. Okay.
is the new name for Spalding High. I wonder if you'll have a school named in your honor. She cringes.
I think you took me off guard.
I know.
Took me off guard. But a school named after me. Oh wow! I never thought of that.
Yeah.
I mean, never say never.
Yeah.
You never know what happens
Yeah,
in life.
definitely.
Or sometimes we don't see our work or we being as impactful, but others, things differently.
And value it,
so. You can never say never. Which school I wouldn't want Andrews to change its name, so hopefully it would never be the Great St. Andrew High School for Girls. No, we remain as that.
Yeah.
Yes, the Great St. Andrew High School for Girls.
What if that were to happen though for one of the traditional schools?
I'd be I don't care about that.
I don't see that happening.
I don't. But that's why I'm saying, what if?
But the what if, I'm going to say this, I don't care. But my school,
Never.
I'm gonna need them to keep the name.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
we-
All right.
no.
All right. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I
I like-
can't see that happening for a Calabar, a JC, a Woolmers.
That would not go well.
No.
Changing the name.
A Titchfield, wrong. I mean, the
They
historical.
pride
yeah,
themselves
The,
on the name
the
of
history
that
of it
school.
alone
No,
wouldn't be right.
I don't. I think I get to understand they don't like when I say old boys. The past students would be stressed out. they would be so stressed out. They would protest.
Why don't
I
why don't they
absolutely
like
believe
old
that.
boys? I mean, all the associations are called
Nobody
OBAs.
wants to be an old boy.
Are you a part of the Kingston College Bar Student or Kingston College Old Boys Association? It's called KCOBA.
For me,
Jacoba.
I
Koba,
personally,
Calabar, all of them is Koba.
I don't mind age, so I don't care.
Right.
Old, young, I mean, I don't care.
I think we're
I'm
too
just-
sensitive as it relates to ages.
Some people are
Some people,
sensitive.
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
first of all, I'm just happy I'm alive
Yeah.
and healthy. So if I have someone asks, well, we had the discussion earlier. I'm not yet 40, but I'm not one of those women on top and oh, I don't want to say my age. No, I don't care.
So how old are you?
35.
All right, and you're looking good for 35.
Ooh, well, thank you. I mean, when you put it like that.
All right. St. Catherine High in lane 1, Excelsior lane 2, Homewood Technical lane 3, Edwin Allen lane 4, Hydel in lane 5, St. Jago in lane 6, Veer Technical in lane 7, and Alphonsus Davis, formerly Spalding, in lane 8. That's the full set of athletes, full set of teams for this event, the 4x400 meters. For high school girls, the championship event, the final event for the girls here at the Gibson Mccook Relays 2022 with fans in the stands. Yeah, keep on saying that. Looking forward to some more events. The corporate air development meet comes up next week with also 2,500 fans, and we'll be looking forward for that. So the gun has sent them off, and a good run that in the early stage for St. Jago. They make a canter. What a run from St. Jago in the opening 200 meters. Heidel is a bit back, so is Edwin Allen. Further inside, traveling well, looks to be Excelsior, and that is the order that they go in. So it's St. Jago, Heidel, Edwin Allen, the top two teams at the moment. Veer Technical trying to keep in touch. It's St. Jago, Heidel, Veer Technical, and Edwin Allen. That's the top four. On the outside, Alphonsus Davis trying to keep in touch, but St. Jago from Montstreet, they are showing that, hey, we are still the queens of St. Catherine, and Heidel will have to try to do something special. I think they have the firepower, though, to do that. And St. Jago, Heidel, Edwin Allen, further inside is Excelsior, and that is the top four at the moment. Heidel now gaining ground on St. Jago, and you expect that any moment now the lead will change, where the ferry-based team will take it from the Monk Street-based team. But not just yet, says St. Jago. They still have something to say about it. But Heidel navigates on the inside. And, wow, they undercut them, I tell you. And they did it very carefully. Heidel, St. Jago, Edwin Allen. They are being challenged for third by Veer Technical at the moment. But it's Heidel and St. Jago. Edwin Allen holding off Veer Technical. Or only just, though. And it's Heidel with the lead. And they'll change a good 30-40 meters ahead of the nearest rival, St. Jago, followed by Veer, followed by Edwin Allen, followed by Homewood Technical. Heidel way out in front, and they are making a merry move, this ferry-based team.
No surprise there, though, about Heidel.
Over 4x4.
For over 4x400 meters. They've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 seasons, so no surprises.
So Heidel with the lead. This is a very significant lead, 40 meters or perhaps even more. And St. Jago is there. Veer Technical is trying to keep in touch. Heidel is leading, though, coming into the straightaway. It's Heidel, St. Jago, Edwin Allen, Veer Technical. That is the lineup. Heidel continues to motor ahead of St. Jago. Edwin Allen trying to put up a valiant fight to come into second place. Heidel, though, is it all over, or will there be something? Well, they stepped off the track. Dear me. I wonder if anything will be said of that. We did see that step over. Heidel And St. Jago there second, and Edwin Allen in third. Homewood, Veer, that's the lineup. And they continue to move. Heidel, they recognize what happened quickly. The athlete there on anchor and got back on track, pun intended. And she is now a good 60 meters, 70 meters, well to the good. Heidel from Ferry continuing to motor, and they come into the straightaway now. Heidel moving away from the rest. And look at the time. What a performance this is from Heidel. The record 3:29.87. Well, that will survive. 3:33.76. Wow, very, very fast time. Very, very, very fast time. Heidel showing their class, their quality. 3:33 is no joke time, though.
No, it's absolutely not. It sets you up well, Mr. Smith, for a sub 3:30 time at championships. I thought Heidel did well. There wasn't any leg that you could say was superior to any other leg. They had a balance. Team. But there's going to be some inquiries about what happened on that final leg in terms of that step over. Also saw what appeared to me to be a step over by Edwin Allen on the third leg as well. So we might have to be reviewing the tape.
My eyes were way out with Heidel at that
time. Yeah, I was watching everything. So
that's why we need you. That's why we need you.
I saw a little bit of stumble as she stepped over. So there might be a little bit of inquiry to see who gets the win. Might have the team who finishes third actually.
There are prizes at hand, you know, and the people want medals.
Yeah. So let's see as we await the stewards' inquiry and see what happens in that instant.
All right, so the result coming in, and we'll give you, so Heidel 3 minutes 33.76, Edwin Allen 3 minutes 41.66, Omo Technical 3 minutes 42.32, St. Jago 3 minutes 43.27, Veer 3 minutes 48.24, St. Catherine 3 minutes 49.23, Excelsior 3 minutes 49.29, and Alphonsus Davis 3 minutes 54.49. The full results for the 4x400 meters and the final event of the day, the 4x400 meters relay for high school boys, goes off and running, and this should be very, very special.
Yeah, I'm just going through some results here, and something caught my eye. I just have to mention it. Tisana Hicklin, she won the women's long jump open with 6 meters 70. 6 meters 70. That though would have been wind aided plus 3.2 meters. But her legal jump, 6 meters 60. Is still relatively a very good jump.
It is.
I think she's making really good progress. She left the GC Foster College group, now training with Shanika Ricketts
Ricketts Performance.
And I think that we saw her in the sprints earlier. Speed is always good in the long jump. So I think she's making some good progress, which is important.
Right, and I just want to mention as well, Kayla Gay Clark, she got a personal best as well, 596. She's still a high school athlete, class 1 now, but 596, she's starting now to put her name in that pot for championship points and medals.
So, always a set of the Gibson Mccook relays on time, and at 5:04 the announcements for the athletes for the 4x4s for high school boys is being made on time. This event set to start at 5:05. Very good for them.
Exactly on time. Not a minute ahead, not a minute behind. Perfect.
They made up the time. They were a bit out with the medal, the opening ceremony, but they made it up well. So kudos to them. So the lineup for this one, the event on track. Edwin Allen lane 1, Stets lane 2, St. Jago lane 3. Calabar lane 4, Jamaica College lane 5, Excelsior lane 6, Kingston College lane 7, and Port Antonio in lane 8. Let's see how they face this run. Should be a very special time. Should expect something.
I'm just happy that we have a full field.
as a
That's
man.
like impressive.
Off they go now. Let's see who will take this championship event, who will take the bragging rights, who will have the psychological edge going into championships with the 4x4s in mind. Kingston College gets a very fine start, so does Calabar. A bit back is Jamaica College on this opening 200 meters, but Kingston College continuing to motor. They'll be joined by Excelsior as they continue the Mountain View Avenue School. They continue to make very good inroads, but Kingston College with the lead. Port Antonio, a valiant run on the outside. Jamaica College, though, based on the stagger, could change ahead of Kingston College, running on very strongly. Calabar is there. Calabar will change ahead of Jamaica College and Kingston College, and that's the order. St. Jago, though, on the inside, they ran very, very well, and they've come into third there, St. Jago, but Kingston College still has the lead, and they cut over ahead of Calabar. Jamaica College a bit back. Excelsior in third now. So Kingston College, Calabar, Excelsior, and that is the top three at the moment. St. Jago, not sure what happened with Jamaica College, but they're a bit back, but they are now moving in the ranks is Jamaica College, but Kingston College being buoyed on by their fans in the grandstand. Calabar, Excelsior, Jamaica College now stepping forward. So does St. Jago, Kingston College, St. Jago and Calabar. This is going to be very special, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this run from Kingston College, St. Jago, Calabar, Excelsior. And not to be forgotten is Jamaica College. Avian Nugent is tapping his fingers, and so does the St. Jago Massive. They move into first, tapping away the lead of Kingston College. Excelsior is nipping at their heels. So is Jamaica College. This is lining up to be very special, Avian Nugent and Shoshana McGowan. But look at St. Jago from Mount Street. They move away from the rest of the field. Kingston College tries to respond, so does Excelsior. But St. Jago are still on their merry way, going ahead, and Calabar is trying to fight back to come into prominence. It's St. Jago, Kingston College, Excelsior. Sean Grant must be jumping somewhere. It's St. Jago, Kingston College, Excelsior, Calabar, Jamaica College, and we would not have expected this for Jamaica College. Not sure the prioritization of this one, but look at this run now from Calabar coming into third, and they have the speed to go into second. They do that. St. Jago, Calabar, Kingston College, Jamaica College, they are nipping and they are coming into this one. Kingston College says not yet. Jago, Kingston College, St. Jamaica College, look at this one. Jago is in the lead 5 meters. Can Kingston College bring them in? No, they can't. St. Jago dismisses them. And 3:10:47. A big run for St. Jago, Kingston College, and Jamaica College. Edwin Allen had a good run there too. What a good run, 3 minutes 10.47, and you know that there's a crowd when everyone rises in the grandstand. I tell you, I had to rise myself. I will arise early, Shoshana McGowan.
Wow. I don't think we are
People love this. Let's give the fans something to celebrate right now. They love this.
I think
they love this.
We expected it to be good, but not this good. I don't think we expected it to be this good.
End-to-end action.
St. Jago opened the boys section, winning the class 1 4 by 1.
Yeah.
Closed the boys section, winning the open 4 by 4.
That's a big statement. That's a big statement there. And
yeah.
3 minutes 10
big
points.
statement, solid runs. I mean, Kingston College came right back on the shoulders of St. Jago, and they showed their quality by just remaining mentally strong, because it's 400 meters. Lactic acid kicked in, and for you to hear somebody coming, those heels coming, and for you to maintain that momentum, really good run from St. Jago.
And the thing about it, I'm pretty sure, absolutely sure, that on the third leg, that was Gregory Prince
Yes, who ran anchor leg
for the
earlier in the 4x100
This
meters.
San Diego
Having
team,
such a good season,
yeah,
having a
this San
brilliant
Diego
season.
team reminds me a lot of the big San Diego team.
With Johan
We had
Blake,
Blake,
Riker
Michael
Hilton,
Ashmead.
Riker Hilton, and so on.
They had that kind of range where they could run 4x1s, 4x4s,
Yeah.
and be just as good.
Well, Stephen Francis is of the belief that if you can run 4x1, you should be able to run 4x4. We have seen that with Sharika Jackson. We have seen that with Sharon Simpson, just that she's not a fan of the 400 meters.
She's
But
in the stands, by the way.
if you ask of her to run a leg of 4x400 meters, she can give you solid performance. But good running from the boys to close out the show.
Alison Felix,
brilliant.
Prime example.
Yeah.
So the
good
results-
sprinting though from the boys.
Yeah,
3 minutes
definitely.
10.48 for San Diego, 3 minutes 11.13 for Kingston College, and 3 minutes 12.49. And all the results brought via Rasta Athletics. Yeah, very good app.
It's
very
brilliant,
good.
huh?
It's brilliant.
Yeah, you
Brilliant.
get those results so fast.
Yeah.
Really fast.
I wonder how they do it though.
Well, Bruce James is in charge, so anything BJ is in charge of, it's high quality.
It sometimes you get the results before you get it even on the meet
Yeah.
website.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's brilliant stuff from them. But good running, like I said, people anticipated good showing in this final event, but I don't think they expected it to
Not
have
at all.
been this juicy and on edge. So good running from the boys, and we see them again in a few weeks.
Yeah, we
Yep.
see them next week actually. We see them
Yeah.
at the corporate
Corporate
air
era
schools
champs.
at the corporate air development meet,
Yeah.
and that's next week, Friday and Saturday. That will be a very significant meet as we continue to analyze where the points will go for boys and girls championships. Certainly, we'd love to have central champs. Not sure what will happen with that, but I always know what's going to happen at girls champs
Well,
based on central champs
Central champs are the 15th and 16th
of March.
of March. Yeah,
Wonderful.
You have Western champs this weekend, on Saturday. Eastern champs, a date has not been finalized just yet.
I'm always disappointed whenever we get to that Eastern
Eastern
Championship. Yes, I get disappointed. But continue.
Yeah, it's
Why-
was supposed to be Tuesday, however, that is not happening Tuesday.
Yeah, it's
So
always
they're-
something.
Yeah, but no, but it's not cancelled. They're trying to find a date for it.
Like I
Why-
said,
why-
it's just
why-
always
why though,
something.
Sean?
Yeah,
No,
it's
no.
always something, right, Dave? Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
what-
It's always something. One year it didn't keep, then the next year something.
no, for this year, you realize a lot of the track meets don't keep. They're not
Well,
keep.
yes, because of the protocols of the
Right,
government,
right.
which is true. You have
a
a point.
A lot of the meets they can't meet up to once
Yes,
a year.
yes.
Set by the government.
You have a pint.
You have a pint.
Pint.
Well,
my question though, Sean, why is it that the other regions can meet that standard, but Eastern?
I'm not disrespecting the organizing committee, and we don't know just yet, but that's what I was told by the J3s. And in fact, I inquired up to Friday regarding that. That's why I actually know I could tell you what's happening there with the Western, with the Central, with the Eastern.
Wow.
So, but it's not off the calendar, but they're working on a date.
Not of the calendar yet.
Yet. So they're working on a date actually to finalize.
At end of February.
Yeah. Let's see what will happen.
Well, like I said.
Let's be honest. Let's be very practical. Not many schools from the east have vested participation in track and field. Let's just be honest.
No. I disagree. They have come on board over the last. We saw Port Antonio
Vested.
last year.
Remember, I preface it by saying vested. Now, when you have champs, individuals send a team. But in terms of having a program,
But if we don't give them the opportunity
They
to
can't
have
have
their
it.
own stage, then you won't get that buy-in.
no. But the reality is that if they were vested, they would ensure that the stage was set. That's the difference with the different regions.
You know, Mr. Smith, there are a couple of things that I'm disappointed with in terms of Jamaica's track and field right now, and that's the Montego Bay Sports Complex.
Yeah, that's another thing.
We got it right.
Right?
Yeah,
That facility needs to be
course.
fixed.
Of course.
There's no question about
Of course.
Not about the facility though, but
The track. Sorry, the track.
They need to be changed.
The track needs to be changed.
Yeah, but we can't stay here for the entire night. You guys want to talk till tomorrow morning.
No, no, no.
For Peter Dunn Breckenridge, I would say thank you to the Peter Dunn Breckenridge working behind the scenes. We say thank you to Mr. Burford in the studios. And who from that, Mr. Burford? Osterhoyt. That's why I can never remember his name. Osterhoyt. Osterhoyt. Oh, Oster. Or Oscar. Whichever way you want when you put it though, Mr. Burford. Mr. Thomas at the front. And just Trishada McGowan, wonderful working with you. Dean Smith, wonderful working with you. And Mr. Nugent, wonderful working with you.
Pleasure.
And I'm hoping though that what you have planned for years and hope for years, Mr. Nugent, will come through this year. No comment. But in any case, it was a blast working with you all. The Gibson Mccook Relays 2022 edition, the 4 hours of fun, 4 hours of commentary. Hope we kept you on your seats. Hope you are happy listening in and watching wherever you watched. But trust me, we'll be back. Track and field not finished just yet on KLAS. Champs coming up, Central Champs coming up, Western Champs coming up, other events coming up right here on your number one station for sports, KLAS Sports FM 89. Big up to everyone here who took part in the Gibson Mccook Relays.
I can't believe I didn't introduce my book to you.